welcome to everybody. I was just looking through the list of participants and seeing some familiar names and some less familiar names. It's a real pleasure to see, if I can say that, in inverted commas, everybody today. As has been said, thanks to the vagaries of the digital world and the occasional unpredictabilities of live streaming, I find myself pronouncing these few introductory lines of welcome somewhat after the fact, as I should have been speaking yesterday evening. So I hope you'll bear with me if you get a slight feeling that time is somewhat out of joint. I also hope that you'll bear with me if, like Dr. Schwenke, the mayor of Offenbach, whom I was originally supposed to follow yesterday evening, I hope you'll bear with me if I begin these few lines in French. Car Monsieur le maire, sensible à la nature polyglotte de l'AEPM, a eu la gentillesse de nous adresser, non seulement en anglais, mais aussi en français. L'une des grosses difficultés que soulève notre vie actuelle, si virtuelle et si distanciée, comme on dit aujourd'hui en français, l'une des grosses difficultés, c'est que nous ne sommes jamais absolument sûrs à qui nous adressons dans une situation comme la présente. Mais je voudrais rassurer Monsieur le maire que son geste a été bien fondé. Les francophones sont très présents au sein de l'AEPM et je suis certain qu'ils ont été très sensibles à sa délicate attention linguistique. D'autant plus quand on pense au lien historique qui lie Offenbach au monde francophone et à la France depuis le XVIIIe siècle, et plus proche pour nous quand on pense aux deux frères, Johann et Frédéric André, de la célèbre famille d'éditeurs musicaux de la ville, et du rôle qu'ils ont joué dans le développement et la diffusion de la lithographie en France et dans le monde francophone, et bien sûr, au-delà. De même, l'accueil de Monsieur le maire a été tout à fait à l'image d'une ville aussi cosmopolite qu'Offenbach. Et il faut le dire, à l'image d'une association comme l'AEPM, dont les membres proviennent de tous les coins de l'Europe et au-delà, et des aires linguistiques très diverses. Mais globalisation oblige, la langue dite officielle de l'AEPM est l'anglais. J'espère donc que Dr. Schwenke me pardonnerait si je termine cette petite intervention dans la langue, sinon de Shakespeare, du moins de Robert Burns, le grand poète et lumière de mon Écosse natale. So on behalf of the members of the AEPM taking part in this conference, I'd like first of all to say how disappointed we all are that circumstances don't allow us to be present physically in Offenbach today. Online conferences are eminently useful in these troubled times, but nothing can replace the conviviality of a real conference, a conference during which we discover new museums and new collections, during which we discover new towns and new cities, during which we meet and discuss with friends and colleagues, both old and new, and during which we get a chance to take the pulse of what is going on in the world of graphic heritage across Europe. Unfortunately, life has decided otherwise, at least for the moment. Last year, our planned Offenbach conference had to be cancelled completely at the last minute. Fortunately, this year, we were able to meet virtually, and also to meet in the hope that next year we will be able to meet in person again. That we're able to meet at all this year I was going to say in Offenbach. We're in Offenbach in spirit, at least, if not physically. That we're able to meet in Offenbach this year is due entirely to the commitment, the persistence, and the enthusiasm of the city of Offenbach and its museums to maintaining the event, despite all the difficulties. The Klingspor Museum occupies a special place among European printing museums for its origins, with the famous Klingspor foundry, for its rich collections, and also for its wonderful exhibitions, and also for the unique manner in which it renders typography and the book arts accessible for all. It could be said that Offenbach offers a natural environment for such a museum to come into existence and to grow. For the city occupies an important place in the history of the printed word and the printed image, and it's played an important role in the development of the graphic industries. Unfortunately, life is not quite so simple, for museums seldom grow naturally out of their environment, however rich that environment might be. Museums require people with ideas and initiatives, people like Karl Klingspor, the head of the type foundry, whose personal collection, forms the basis of the museum. Museums also require creativity, enterprise, commitment, and constant nurturing to come fully into their own. Just as they need continuing initiatives to maintain their dynamic over the years. Initiatives such as the collaboration and complementarity which has been developed among the Klingspor Museum, the Haus der Stadtgeschichte, and the Druckwerkstatt in Bernardbau here in Offenbach. An example of an initiative of which, as it happens, the present event could be said to be a modest offshoot. An initiative from which I think we can all take inspiration. Such collaborations are all too rare in our world. Such initiatives also contribute to the movement which has been developing over the last quarter of a century, a movement thanks to which graphic heritage has gradually become an ever more visible component of our cultural heritage in general. The AEPM couldn't have wished for a better, more appropriate city to host its annual conference than Offenbach. Our sincerest, heartfelt thanks go to all in Offenbach who have made it possible. Thanks to everyone. Thank you.